Alright, well, not much has changed. Thank you, Streamlabs. I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'm good. I got rid of the last stream because, mom bombs. Jenta mom bombs too many times, and I'm like, I don't want to fact check and see if she said something weird. But hi, guys. I've learned some things, and I am temporarily back because this is the first day I have been able to stay awake for an entire day on normal time. Usually I'm stuck on Japanese time because of my circadian rhythm disorder. I have a 27-hour clock, internal clock. I don't register 24-hour days. Like usually it's like 12 hours in, 12 hours out. Well, 12 hours in and more like 14 hours out for me. Anyway, hey AC honey. Are you coming to say hi? Hello, honey. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good time. I hope that situations in the world is not causing you as immense panic as it is for me. It is. I don't like checking the news like it's World War II. This one thing in history you never want to confirm. It's like, I wonder what that was like, living in a war zone. Kind of a, like, I'm checking because I'm curious what's going on. Oh, Tinder? Tinder? How do I say your name? Beljeet. It's Beljeet! Beljeet, honey! Welcome back! I don't have icons right now. I can't see it, but hi again. How do I say your name, 21? Can I just call you 21? That's easier. I don't like saying name wrongs. And then, Otaku King. Otaku King. Hey, Otaku. Weeaboo. How you guys doing? What war? Oh, honey, I don't even want to begin. If you don't know about the war, it is unneeded to disclose it because you're probably young or very ignorant in the good way. Ignorant in the good way. You don't want to know. Anyways, howdy guys. I learned some things. Sleep, first day on normal sleep time, not Japanese time, and yeah. So, first update. I just realized, because this is the first time I turned on my computer after a while. I did some digging. Streamlabs is still broken. I don't know how to fix the alerts. Apparently it's an everybody problem. I don't know. And I also learned that my Jenta model, Idle Jenta, the one I'm using right now, this is the beta model file. I have lost my arm. I have lost my mic arm and I cannot find it. It is probably somewhere in the Discord conversation I've had with Kat. I could probably re-download it. I have not been bothered to because I'm having other things that are kind of like, I'm just grateful it's working as is, but that was not a comforting thing because I had to use my phone's model file to put it on my computer because I had lost all my computer ones at some point, which seems like a really big issue. Maybe I should make a Google Drive because not having one of your live 2D models is kind of like a whoops. Yee. Not do that. That's expensive, whoopsie. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. I guess there's always the chance I could ask Kat and be like, hey, is there a chance that you still have my file? Oh, Dragon Hedgehog, welcome to the stream. And Amar, welcome to the stream. Anyways, outside of those two things, I have opened the furry model cat Jenta rigging for live 2D. I will show you the thing I have hit that has made me depressed and want to stop rigging it myself. Where I'm having to just like freehand it all over again. Not really. I don't have to be that severe, but I can't find the hiccup. It's kind of like doing math. If you got one of the numbers wrong, you kind of messed up the whole problem. Oh boy. Anyway, so let me get over to the gaming screen so I can show you, hey, look, there's Furry Genta. Hello, child of mine that I kind of miss but don't because of rigging. Okay, so I have 3 versions of the file. The first one I loaded was I don't want to talk about it. I don't need it. That was the first attempt at organization. This is the one that, like, okay, we got all the layers, the texture, atlas, everything is proper. I did have a weird hiccup where, okay, it's still here, I didn't save it. I lost an eyebrow. I don't know where the eyebrow went. So I have the, what is this one? The right one? It's technically the left one. I messed up relabeling some of the stuff. When you follow the tutorial to the T and then you hit a wall and you're like, that wall wasn't in the tutorial. What am I supposed to do now? It's your own fault because you're not understanding the lesson. Also, Crooper. I'm calling you Crooper. Hello, Crooper. Welcome. I like your emote username. It's very cute. Anyways, so here is where I got all the way to the point where I could start moving the angles of the head. So basically working with parameters. And let's see if the hiccup still exists. I did move everything over to the right side instead of having it crammed over here for some reason. I figured out how to split them up. The toolbars? What are these called? Toolbars? Logs? Inspector. I don't know. I figured out how to move it, and then I moved them wrong, and I went, oh no, am I not going to be able to, like, go back to default? I figured it out. Anyways, so let me show you the whoopsie I have currently going on. I don't know. So supposedly, I didn't save it, but will it do the thing? No, it won't do the thing. So, okay. Okay, it's not recording anything. So if I open up all the warps, I did, to my knowledge, do all the warps and not all the rotators. I did a very basic build of the hierarchy that needs to exist so you can start doing the rigging correctly. The problem I have reached is that somewhere a texture is glitched, and I think it's probably the same time when I lost an eyebrow. A texture is glitched to where it just does the mirror effect, like the infinite mirror, where it just keeps making copies of a thing as I drag it. So let me see if I can replicate that again. Let's see. So for angle X, I have to... So for moving the head, I need to find the head parts. Would that be in the neck position? Face rotator. It's been a while since I touched this. Would I be touching the breath warp? No. The neck warp? No, it's not the neck warp either. Face? Nope. Neck? No. Where did I put the face? Oh no. I don't want to pull up the tutorial. I'm not going to be doing rigging on this stream. I just wanted to show what kind of mistake I made that really just sells it to why I didn't want to touch this thing because I broke it. Anyway, I probably will not ever meet other VTubers of that caliber. Mr. Otaku, he called me Miss Jenta. That was very sweet. Too much social anxiety, and I would do some kind of nervous whoopsie and make a fool out of myself, right? So I'm not looking for collabs of any branch of the other VTubers. I've burnt that bridge too many times, and I'm like, nope, not anymore. Okay, so let me figure out. Okay, that's the neck. Ooh, did I not save it? I did everything. Where's the face warp? The face warp is its own warp, unless I did not save when I did the face warp. That's kind of a big whoopsie. No, before, like, see how you can see all this green box stuff? Like, I can move this part. There's a whole warp that encapsulates the head, but where did it go? It's in body warp, wasn't it? It's supposed to be in body warp. Oh, that might have been part of my problem. There is supposed to be a face warp. Oh, wait, face warp! Is this it? Wait, what the heck? Why is it like this? Oh, no, this was the other problem I was having. Is it because the draw order is out of order? Or is the face warp not supposed to be there? This is sucky. I should just pay somebody to rig it for basic. It's a beautiful folder. There's nothing wrong with the art. It's my incapability at math problems. There's so many tiny things. Okay, so it has to be a draw order problem, or did I not save when I properly checked over everything? But then when did I lose the eyebrow? Let's see if I can get a rudimentary... Oh wait, it is recording something. Okay, so it is capturing the head's movement. So, if I went all the way over here, move the head. There it is! This is the problem I was talking about. See how it's mirroring? What is it doing? Is that because I have the draw order out of order? Or is the clipping, the hierarchy so incorrect? Because, like I just realized out loud, the face warp should be in its own warp category. Because all of the parts below it should be a child. So it should be dragged along. Right? Because so far everything else would not be dragged along. Yeah, see? It's not doing that. I didn't save. I forgot to save whatever I fixed the last time, but it was still having the mirroring issue. Anyways, let's see how this does. I'm not going to save it, but... Oh, God. Why would the texture do that? Huh. I feel like I am a good study of what not to do. I saw a very simple hierarchy that made more sense, where they're just like deformer, 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 instead of like all this prerequisite hierarchy build, where it's kind of copying one of the free live 2D models. Hey, Tyron G, honey, how you doing? I'm sorry, I just saw you in Fyron. How you doing, hun? Howdy. BRB. Oh, okay. I missed Tyron G. Bruh, the model is phased out of existence. Yeah, basically. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. But I want to go back. All that hard work to hit some kind of big bump in the road. Yeesh. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Wow, that's really weird. The head almost looked like it was deforming in a natural path. It's not. It's an illusion. That's kind of cute. Oof, it got... The deformer up here got a little bit weird. Huh. Interesting. Anyways, so that mirroring thing is the reason why I have not made progress rigging. Wait, it disappeared! Huh? Wait a minute, what? What? Wait, what? Okay, so something's wrong with the deformer. Because when I'm touching the deformer, it's like error code. But when I touch the texture that's in the deformer hierarchy, it's okay. What? Is that normal? I don't know. Okay, so it recorded one movement, so I can record the other. I know that there's a copy and paste thing, but I am so far not near that I shouldn't even touch it. Okay, so I don't know if hitting the control matters? Right? Oh my god! What the heck? What happened to you? Okay, but when I click off of it, it's fine. But it recorded the X movement. It did not. It didn't record the middle part. What? Eh? Eh? It just went further in one direction. What? Oh no. Oh well. I'm gonna do this by scratch on another time. I did not want to deal with this. I do have the Pro, but can I see when it... I don't want to pay for another month. When did I buy it? Sunday? Was it a mid-week? It might actually renew today. I don't... Ugh, God, get out of here. Get out of here, you make me sad. Alright, going back to show off model. We can just chat for the rest of the time. But yeah, that's basically my life right now. Has been failed attempt at rigging, got depressed, then the war happened, and then I'm just monitoring the war. Not monitoring it, I'm monitoring it to see if we're gonna have a World War III. I'm not gonna be able to do anything, but like, I'm paranoid regardless, so I might as well know what's going on, you know? I mentioned on, I don't know if it was the last stream. No, I must have been on the Discord channel. We had a short talk about, I got really paranoid and worried because I commissioned an artist who is Russian at one point for a Jenta artwork, and it has already been delivered, and I love it, and it's been my background for so long. But I've always thought of them ever since this whole situation is going on with Ukraine and Russia, that we do not get to hear what is happening inside of Russia. And that was one of my biggest fears, is that I wanted to reach out to the artists because they do it full-time art. And as, you know, more sanctions got harder and harder, and people are saying, no, you can't have this, no, you can't have that, you know, to pressure Russia into doing the right thing and stop whatever the fuck they're doing. She basically, from what I'm already seeing, she's having to, well, she's basically out of the job right now because she can't get a passive income because of everything. But she's still posting. She just posted 2 works of art recently, and I'm like, oh, thank God you're okay. That's been my biggest fear, is that something, like, she'll go dark and never come back. That's my biggest fear. Because there's not, the citizens are also the victims. It's whoever's on the higher ups that really needs to get their butt smacked, and just political stuff I don't want to get into. But I was worried. She's still posting, thank goodness, but she has gotten rid of her comment section on her profile, not on her posts. She has gotten rid of her commission info entirely. They're closed. Go figure. Because she only did it with PayPal, and PayPal withdrew a couple days ago. So, and then major credit cards too. So I have no idea what they're doing. And then the ruble devalued. So but she did USD. It didn't matter. I don't know. She had something going. I hope she can last. She is right in the heart of Russia too. Moscow. Yikes. I hope she is okay. Yeah, hopefully not. I know. Should I tell Otaku King Idol Jenta? Why? What? What is the program? Wait, what was the question? Eh? Don't worry, you'll be better at creating VTuber models. Are you good at singing and dancing like a pop star? No. I'm a goofy mess of a goober. I have a whole 6 hour, was it 6 hour or 5 hour karaoke stream where I did a bunch of songs. If you want to get a judge on my singing talent. I watched it recently again, and I went, oh, there's some nice parts and a lot of bad parts, and then a lot of, I remember the pain during the live stream parts. Oh, you were talking about the war? Yeah. I hope citizens are okay and governments can shape up. Because, you know, at that point, the citizens don't have the power to change the government. And if it becomes that drastic, well, we saw what happened in the US. They fled the building. And then a man took the podium because he later said it was to protect it. Yeah, no, that's not what it was. You wanted to take the podium home with you as a keepsake. Nice try. Oh man, but the world's stressful. I am repetitively checking Reddit. Reddit is my source of news. Is that bad? I mean, it's better than Yahoo News. Oh man. But yeah, that's how I'm keeping connected with things. I do still check Instagram. I basically just check it for my art mama of Idol Jenta in her idol group. Also checking up on Cherry, my furry model artist. She's done some streams. I've not been able to catch all of them, but I do watch later because it's actually, she is so fun to watch. She has the same kind of personality that I very much vibe with, or like to also think that I have. It's just, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice to be able to watch somebody and not just think so many things and be like overwhelmed, and just be able to enjoy the content again. Which, speaking of which, because I'm watching more VTuber content, I'm getting recommended VTuber content again, and I had a mini episode, just the other day, last night, that, somebody did, "Hey, Kotaro! Manager-san, how you doing?" Hamster! Oh god, you just reminded me of a horrible joke. Well, it's not horrible. I mean, it has something to do with a hamster. The joke goes, when is it the only appropriate time to chuck a hamster out of a building? And that is when it's on fire. That's the joke. I'm sorry. You just made me remember it because you're a hamster. You're a hamster, right? Anyways, what was I talking about? I got completely sidetracked. Reddit? Was Reddit the last thing I said? I don't remember. Yabe. I should just try to rig a model super, super basic. Really super, super basic. Like, I saw this guy rig, like, basically a stick cat for freezies, and it did well. Like, it doesn't need to be grandiose. I just have such high expectations for myself that I'm dictated to fail on my own standards. Oh, I can't wait. Hold on. Do you ever remember something and then forget it the moment you remember it? That's what just happened. Hold on. I circled back to the thought and I couldn't remember the thought once I got to it. What? You are watching VTuber content. Well, okay, Belgique, you weren't here for the whole story, but I basically swore off all VTuber content because I was having a bunch of anxiety. I was comparing. It was toxic, just a very toxic relationship. Didn't like it, dipped out of it entirely. I unfollowed almost every VTuber I've ever followed on every social media. I can say for sure Instagram, pretty much all of Twitter I did clean, and then YouTube is still kind of ambiguous, like here and there. I have like one pink-haired girl. Yeah, I think only like 4 or 5. Cherry would count. Mama would count. Like, I can count on my hand how many VTubers I'm still actually following. There are still many more that I just get randomly suggested their content out of the blue. Because, you know, algorithm, they're like, hey, you still follow this one person. I'm like, who the heck is that? And then it scares me. I'm like, ah! Get rid of it! I don't want to look. I'll fall in love and then I'll die all over again. Which is kind of what happened with that Niji-sanji boy. I don't know his name. But Vegeta showed me that he got remixed or something. I don't know who he is. One of the Niji-sanji EN boys, I think. Anyways, I fell in love, and then I immediately said, I cannot look up this content or I will lose my mind. Talk about being smitten at the first sight. Oh my goodness. So charming. I don't want to fall down the rabbit hole. Every day I keep getting motivated to make progress, and then I see something, and then it makes me go brrrt. My mind go brrrt. Like a machine gun. Oh, man. Noob, welcome to the stream, hun. I'm just freely chatting about whatever. Feel free to ask questions. I'm just kind of floating about. I found bits of my past from my adventures to the realms. Oh, go away. Alright, what are we talking about, Kotaro? Was once human, but something happened in my life, and I was reborn as a hamster. Ooh, okay. I didn't know what direction we were going, whether it was gonna be like... My headspace is all messed up. I'm glad to hear that. I love hearing lore being built up. Looking back on the past is both lovely and horrible. The whole reason I actually got inspired to stream, very impromptu, just this moment, as of what? 22 minutes ago, or more, was, somebody did a video of their past, like, they're like, the mind of a child, and I went, oh no, I remembered last time they watched their old content as a kid, and it was very much like, oh man, I remember this, oh man, I remember that, you know, it was like fun, and then it got dark. What the fuck? Man, why does things have to be so bittersweet as you get older? I was the type of person that loved looking at pictures. Like, I treat every picture or screenshot of anything, no matter what it is, like, it is priceless, because the fact that I have a screenshot of something that I have a distinct memory about, it holds a priceless value, because the moment I delete it, I will forget whatever the picture or screenshot held in context. Does that make any sense? It's kind of like deleting like childhood photos knowing that there's no other copy of it. It's like, do I really want to get rid of the bad memory that bad, or do I want to hoard it to make me feel weird later? I'm both. I still have like pictures of old friends that I have 3 devices, and I don't know how cloud systems work, but I guess it piggybacks, and so every time I get a new device, it's like, hey, remember your old phone? Here's everything that was on it. And I go, oh no, I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember. I just want to hug everything and scream. Life moves on, but my mind apparently doesn't. Sometimes it does. It's very flip-floppity. Senzawa. We have a Zenzawa, what do you call it? Bot? Not a bot. Replica? Replica channel sounds nicer than whatever I was gonna say. But, hi Zenzawa, I love your content. Okay, real question. I actually got a real question. Thank you for talking in chat. Kotaro, what is your opinion on somebody, or anybody in chat, what is your opinion of somebody having a profile picture of anything and having a completely disjointed username that does not, like, it has no correlation to the profile picture? Does it make any logical sense to see a profile picture of any anime character or any fan art of a VTuber or anything and have somebody show up in your DMs and go, hey, that's identity theft? What? Please explain. They're like, that is a picture of someone who is, you know, an individual, and they are their own copyrighted product. So, by this thought process, you are identity thefting them. And I'm like, but their name is completely unrelated and their profile picture is completely unrelated. So, what? Am I crazy? Does that make no sense? What? So you're saying if I have a profile picture of Sasuke Uchiha, I have an identity theft Sasuke Uchiha? What? I am Confucian, right? Like, I wouldn't even bat an eye of seeing a Senzawa in chat before, because it's just like, yeah, there's copies. Who cares? It's when they start trying to actually impersonate another person's identity and mislead people, that's the problem. That's not what that was. They like jumped the gun. We're immediately like, identity theft. What? It's Sasuke fucking Uchiha. What are you talking about, crazy lady? I don't understand people sometimes, but that's okay. Anyway. I mean, hey, I tried. I have a character that ended up being somebody's profile picture, and I had no personal problem with it, but I watched enough YouTube videos to where my personal matters of I don't care, do what you want, got, like, overridden by, somebody said it's like, oh, well, if somebody does this and the artist says, and it's a commissioned piece that you had, then you have every right to complain and tell them to take it down. And so I actually tried. I followed through, and I think it was a dead account, because I heard nothing back, and then I looked back on it later, and I went, I didn't really fucking care. And they were, like, using my OC and building a whole backstory to it, and like a whole, like, jazz band worth of information. I'm like, you're not hurting anybody. Yeah, it kind of sucks that you're using my character, but, I mean, it'd be very hard to offend me personally. I get offended when other people tell me I need to be offended, and then I go, I really don't care. I have this magical 3-day rule where it's like, give me 3 days, no matter what it is, I'm used to it. Maybe not perfectly used to it, but used to it. Anyways, let me catch up what we were talking about. Oh yeah, with Baljeet! Baljeet would also qualify as a stolen identity! It's asinine. I don't think I even needed to ask, but I needed to for sanity reasons. I'm catching up. What are we talking about? No way, Baljeet? Yeah, Fire and Baljeet's here. I mean, as long as they don't try to steal their entire brand. Yes, exactly, right? If it's just like, raise your hand, early days of YouTube, slideshow presentation of a bunch of fan art you Googled. I miss those days. Like MMD Hatalia days. All that stuff is gone. Like, yes, by the proper standards of what you should and shouldn't do with people's artwork, no matter if you just find it on Google's front page when you type in, like, I don't know, Naruto, and it happens to be some fan art, right? You still need the artist's permission to make a slideshow with said artwork, right? I miss the days where you could just innocently do a wrong and people recognized that it had no malicious intent. Oh, a great example would be the early days of Instagram. So I followed an artist who did original comics, and I didn't understand the terms of fan art or tagging or none of that. Like, this was 2013, 2012 days, like early Instagram. Like, people were taking more selfies than literally anything else picture-wise. So having, like, art content was like, whoa, what? You can do that? Like, Instagram was still blossoming into, like, its own media form. And now, like, you know, food pics and stuff. Cosplays and stuff. Before, it was just, like, mainly selfies. And it felt illegal because I was, like, 13. I'm like, I'm supposed to ask my mom for permission to take a picture of me, right? This feels illegal. This feels illegal. And now there's, like, kids who wouldn't think twice of having their actual face on their profile picture because Google Plus and whatnot on YouTube. And that's why they had to change everything to, like, it's just a letter and a color of your profile instead of being, like, your actual profile icon unless you specifically change it, I think. Anyways, back to the point at hand. Early days of Instagram, I made, like, a fan art, and tagging people back in the day was, like, you had to be you had to be a friend to do that, or it's like, who the fuck are you? It felt rude to tag, even if it was, like, tagging people back then was just, like, a rude thing you would spam, like now people are like, oh, you can tag me if it's fan art or whatever, right? Like stuff has rules now and it's concrete. Back then it didn't. It was like free range. Anyways, I wanted to interact with the artist that I made the fan art with, but I didn't want to be a bothersome little child, right? Because I respected them and I didn't want to be a bothersome little child. So I binge read all of their comic, and I must have done what's also now considered rude, which is liking everything as you go. My mom thinks that somebody liking all of her stuff in one swoop is creepy, which I can understand. It's only creepy in the context that, like, her Facebook page is private, so, like, where did this person come from, which I can understand. But, like, on Instagram, but you're meant to like things if there's supposed to be a cutoff to when somebody can like how many pictures and for how long. There should be, like, a timer, right? Anyways, so I was reading their comic, I was liking them as I was reading them, getting updated. Having to scroll all the way to the bottom to the top is super annoying. Now there's like some kind of organization that's a little bit better, but it's still kind of just as bad. Anyway, so I drew her character, and I guess because I was like bombing her, she must have been like, oh, who's this person like bombing me? Like, before it wasn't rude. It was like, oh, who's this person? Like, you stood out when you did that before. It wasn't, I don't think it was always considered rude, but now it's kind of considered rude. So she checks my Instagram, and I think one of my most recent pieces was her fan art, and then whatever else I did on the book, because I drew it in like a little like art journal thingy. I don't know. It was professional, and I felt bad. I always feel like I waste art paper. Like, it's one of those like books that are like, it's not a spiral drawing notebook, so it's kind of what I would call worse drawing paper. Because you have to bend and break the spine for it to not be a problem. Anyway, so she saw it and she commented, this looks familiar. And me being a dumb little kid, you know, hindsight 2020, now with the context of, like, you know, social norms and what is right, what is wrong, what are you supposed to do, what are you not supposed to do, you know, right? I just took that comment innocently, and I was like, oh, the original comic artist commented, and then I read her comment, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan! And she'd go, okay. That's it. No big controversy, no nothing. Just, hey, that looks familiar. No malicious intent on the comment, you know, with an emoji going, even, right? And I went, I'm a big fan! And she knew. She just needed the confirmation that I wasn't stealing her OC, which I wasn't. I don't even know, back in the days, did I even write anything in the description? I learned how to tag stuff, like art, anime art, anime art. Just a whole bunch of bad tags because you're trying to get anybody to see it, so you're not, like, in the void. Yeah. But yeah. That was my one and only time that I feel like present day Jenta would have been like, oh no, did I offend them? What did I do wrong? Because that very much sounds like a question, like when the original artist, you know, comments on your fan art, and they're like, this looks familiar, and you didn't tag them or say this was their OC, because none of that was established. You didn't claim it as your own, but you didn't say it was somebody else's. I would be sweating bullets. I'd be like, oh, come in. I'm so sorry. What is with all this social pressure? People are getting discouraged from doing fan art and stuff because people are, like, looking for an attack. Like, we're not trying to attack you. We're just innocent, dumb kids. Like, there are still people out there that, you know, do compilations of a bunch of fan artworks, doesn't credit everything. Now I'm seeing people credit, and YouTube used to take issue with it because if you had too many links or too many tags, it would flag or delete your video in the description. If it saw that you had too many links and too many tags, it would delete it. Who remembers the early days of YouTube where they had the text boxes that would block the entire screen. So you would have to, like, exit each individual box, but there's, like, 50 of them, and you can't see the video, and it just keeps sending you to, like, virus sites, and you're like, oh, this is why my grandpa says I can't use YouTube. It's because of this specific thing. Oh, God. That has been an era of YouTube I'm grateful we have gotten rid of, in some regards. Like, there are some really old videos where you can see them point, and there's no box there, because they don't have, you know, the like, subscribe box or playlist box anymore. Or back then, they didn't have them. They were actual just, like, text blocks over the video. Like, they weren't melded together. Well, I guess the other ones aren't either. It felt advanced but stupid at the same time in the old days. It's weird. Anyway, I got on a weird tangent. Umi, welcome to the stream. Kotaro? Kotaro! I just realized what you did. Did you change your profile picture to Zenzawa? Or not? Did I just notice your icons then? No, wait! You changed your profile icon! I love you. I've never had a problem with you in my life. Oh my god! My man knows how to establish how stupid a thing is by being like, oh, you mean like this? I love it. That is Senzawa, isn't it? The hair looks a little bit lighter purple. I can't tell. Oh. What's a dream? Oh, Dreamy, hold on. Dreamy got out of her sweater. Oh, honey. Oh, baby girl. How'd your arm get out of your sweater? You want me to fix it? I'm not gonna take it off. Can you guys hear that? Dreamy has one of her arms out of her sweater because she's a sweater dog. She literally gets mad if we try to take it off. I swear, she's built like a Korean, like, Bashan. She likes it. Come here. Can I help you put your leg back in? I'm not gonna take it off. Hi, Shawan. Can I give you a kiss? Oh, so baby. Oh, so baby. You're not gonna let me, are you? Okay, well, I attempted to help you. Oh, it's another VTuber? Oh, it looked like Senzawa. Yeah, fooled me. It would have been funny if it was. Anyways, oh, speaking of Dreamy, this is the month of March. For those of you that don't know, Dreamy is my Maltese, possibly Bashan-esque. We thought she was a Morkie. We were told she was a Morkie. She apparently is not a Morkie. She is a Maltese, white dog, little cotton poof, has like a poodle coat. She will be 3 the 22nd of March this year. How many days is that? Yesterday would have been perfectly 2 weeks. Guys, I've had a dog for almost 3 years. I was mortified and afraid of dogs. I got a puppy when I was still afraid of dogs. And she was a nibbler. She attacked feet. She liked feet. She attacked feet. Oh, baby. She looks like she's wearing a crop top. Can I not fix your sweater? Dreamy? I can't tell if she feels like it's wrong and she doesn't know how to ask to fix it. Oh, what's a baby? She had a good day today. We had snow and then it went away, and then we had snow again and it went away, and so she got a lot of outdoor time, but it's cold. She's sensitive to the cold because she has human hair, not like dog, like insulated hair. Anyway, what are we talking about? Emote that I gift someone for their anniversary stream. Really? You drew that? That's so cute! I was fooled for official art. You could have completely got me on that. Really? You drew that? Kotaro? What art program do you use? What? That's so cute. Man, I haven't even tried art in so long. I have a fan art for Cherry that I have base colored, but I want to do shading because it looks too boring. I want it to be lovely. I want it to be lovely. I'm just over here floundering about. But I enjoy these kind of streams where I'm just like chitter-chattering. It's just, you know, don't overthink things. Listen to my word. Don't do what I do, but listen to what I say. Don't overthink things. You will regret it. You will hate yourself later for it. Don't do it. Just do it. Just do it. Make your dreams be dreams. Why does that come out for Russian? That's just... Random accent I'd go towards is apparently Russian. I'm sorry. It's nice stopping by. Gotta go. Oh, bye, Fyron. Thank you. It's lovely seeing you, hon. Am I really an idiot? Tyron G, did I say you're an idiot? I didn't say you're an idiot. Who said you're an idiot? Who do I have to punch? No, you're not an idiot. I appreciate you. Eh? Where'd that comment come from? Kotaro is having loading issues. Oh no. Honey. Aww. Anyway. But yeah. What the heck was I talking about? I'm a blibber blabber. I don't know what I said 3 minutes ago. Speaking of which, since I jiggled it, can I get the mustache back? I want the mustache. Stickers are fun. There's so many lovely things I can add on my face, and I want... How would the clown nose work? Ooh, Meotashi did my nose really, really good. Hold on. I might be able to be a clown. So let's center myself. Let's not have it on the glasses layer. Oh, I think it's on the glasses layer. Eh? I'm a clown! I'm a clown. Can I make it bigger? That's too big. Scooch it. It's so good! Pfft, stickers. I don't need to pay for it. I have... Wait, these are also called stickers, aren't they? Eh? That's background. What are these called? They're called stickers. Scene? Items? They're called items? These are stickers. These are like $5 to $10 a pop when you like hire a rigger. They're like stickers and emotions. Like you have to separate what is a sticker, what is an emotion, or an expression key, I guess. And animation. So that's 3 things. I remember when I was commissioning Cat twice, I was like, well, what's the difference? I don't understand. It's like a $5 difference, but I'm like concerned on the definition. What is an expression? What is an animation? What is an emotion? Oh man, can I get the mustache? Give mustache, I must be mustache, yes. Mustache? Ah, mustache! Wait, rainbow mustache? Ooh, pink mustache would match! Give me a mustache. Oh, it matches! It's on my mouth layer! It's on my mouth layer! You can see it jiggle! This is so cool, Denji, you smart person. For those of you that don't know what the heck I'm doing, we have these things for VTube Studio. To make your live 2D model, you have to break it all up into layers, and then they have their own group sections, and that's kind of where I'm struggling with rigging my own furry model that I commissioned. Anyways, I've learned that with these stickers, they function as like a separate texture atlas that they just kind of pin to like, if I were to put my nose, this clown nose on my ear, do you see that? Do you see how the nose, every time I blink, because my blinking is linked to my ear wiggles, it is clipped to the ear wiggle layer of round of motion. That's how it's able to be pinned. Before, it wasn't as accurate. Like, before, people, when they had stickers, they were just like, oh, the nose is here. Right? They would just they would have to keep moving the nose or just leave it in a general position. They'd be like, get back your nose, right? Now they can just, like, clip it onto things. Isn't that cool? The more you know. Can I get closer to my mustache? I'm in love with myself now, right now. Hold on. Hello! Would you like a shave and a haircut? What kind of accent is that? A shave and a haircut. What is it? Shave and a haircut. 2 bits. Is that it? How does that go? I don't know how that goes. Anyways, mustache, goodbye. Go over here. There you go, trash can. I like the nose, but let's get rid of it. Man, I love how Mama did my nose. It's so simple and it works so well. It's dynamic. Dynamic nose. Oh boy. Anyways, what were we talking about? I'm catching up with chat. Hold on. Lost in shipping. It's been a month that my model has not arrived. What? Oh, Tyron G, honey. Who'd you commission? Did you hire somebody on... Angel! Angel, how you doing, hun? You were the new member I missed on that one stream. I mentioned you in a pinned comment. I didn't get to see live on stream you joining the membership, but I did thank you, and I see you now. Thank you for becoming a member, even if this is probably last month. If it's going to expire. I appreciate every little penny. I would literally make it a half-cent if I could. YouTube at least allows content creators to make it $1 for membership, because my thing is, I know I'm not a very good content creator. I don't keep up with it. So my thing was, if I'm gonna pay for like emotes so they look professional and they function properly, I want my members to be allowed to have proper emotes and for them to spam it as much as they want. So that's what my members get to pay for, is like that $1 is like a spam fee. Use the emotes all you want. You can do what you want with them. Yes. But a lot of the community is so tame. They could. I give them every blessing to be crazy. Crazy within reason of whoever's in mod in chat currently. Oh man. Like when I mod people, I don't mean, like, you don't have to be a moderator. It just lets me see you. I wish there was a highlight button. I mean, it's always good to have a mod every now and then, in case somebody starts spamming the N-word and individual letters. I've had that in the past. Ugh. That's the first time I realized, well, not realized, I was told that I needed moderators, and I didn't know how to do it, and they taught me live on stream how to make somebody a moderator. It was during a Splatoon 2 stream when I first started. I had no idea. I think I just also segued to like Streamlabs OBS instead of just OBS, so I was confused on how things worked. Yeah, it was weird. Aw, Angel! That's so cute! I love it when people communicate with the emotes properly. Like when people say, hi, I'm here at the stream, they use this emote, and I'm like, that's perfect. That's perfect. A peeking Jenta cat. Speaking of Jenta cat, why don't we switch things up and get the meow meow out here? Meow 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 ni haro nyang. Man, that's a throwback if you know what that's from. Let's scoot me over here. Alright, I'm big. Man, Mama Mythic. Mama Mythic! Teach me! Mama Mythic is my artist and rigger for Kitten Jenta. And I'm every day, as I try to struggle with rigging, I look at this model and say, it's so expressive! Look at how physically cute I am! Also tongue. Meh. The puffy cheek thing is also a thing, but that was before this model. I do have the smug. It's very little. You can't. A little bit derpy, but it's there. It's very cute. I always like to call me a snake, because it looks like I'm a snake when I'm like this. Ignore the tail, I look like a snake. I have so many, like, expressions and stickers that came with this, too. Are they keybind properly? Am I gonna start hopping again? That was the problem I had last time. I angy. Rar XD. Wait, no, XD is one of these. What is it? Hey! Ah! I'm a stereotypical anime glasses wearing cat. Oh my gosh, that's a throwback. Anybody remember that song? That's a song I cherish. I made it up on the spot. God, that's so cool. I didn't even ask for this. She just was like, oh, you have glasses? It never even dawned on me that, like, glasses have lenses. And I have glasses IRL. I've just been so used to, like, glasses. Like, most artists, when they have glasses wearing characters, they don't give the glasses, like, the glare. Like, the glare thing. Like, you can kind of see there's some, like, what is it called? Lucidity? Transparency with the glasses. One of these takes the glasses off. But, like, this is full on, like, not transparent. So solid. I love it. I look so smug. I'm the nerdy character. All I'm missing is the swiggles. Oh, there's the happy ones. The doki doki. Doki doki. Kimochi ne. I don't know what that word means. I don't watch anime. I have the heart one. I counted, there was 20. Oh, the Scalene! I have cat eyes. Hear me roar. I love this one. The Scalene. Oh, I love having these two together. I look like a predator. The good kind, not the bad kind. Not the cancel kind. Like, I'm a cat. Like, what did I used to do? I need to cleanse you, chat. You need to be cleansed. Oh, can I get even closer? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello. I am cleaning you, chat. Man, that was the worst debut I've ever seen, was my own cat debut. So much of it was scuffed. I had so much better plan that I never was able to put in. I literally tortured myself up until the last 4 hours of the stream, like before the debut, to do the weird, like, lore story presentation, which, by the way, because of the timeline, I completely scuffed it. What you saw as, like, that weird, like, I don't know, what would you call it? Visual novel? That visual novel-esque setting, that wasn't what it was supposed to be. I ran out of time and I had to cut my losses. Anyway. Glasses are cool, FYI. Aww. I really do like glasses. Look at them. They are so smug. Like, you know, every anime character from, like, the older animes where the glasses wearing character is annoying AF, that has this specific glasses where you can't see their eyes. Or their swirly glasses eyes. Oh, they're always so annoying. That's where the song comes from. Anyway, what were we talking about in chat? Komaru cults. What? You just made me say cults. Welcome. Hi, welcome to the stream. Ooh woo to the cults. Welcome to the cookie cult. We're not a cult. I don't even know how to begin to make a cult, man. People who start cults have balls and, like, creativity I could only hope to copy one day in a horrible way. Like, when I lost all humanity, I want to make a cult. Like the spaghetti monster. Well, that's a religion. The giant spaghetti monster is a religion, not a cult. I don't know how cults work. Is there a payment? Do you have to pay? I had to ask my grandpa. It's like, so what differentiates a cult from a church? Do you have, like, a business card you need to show before you're allowed in? he said, that's a good point. Can you imagine if church was like, here's a business card, praise be. You can't come in here, you're not the true Baptist. You a Lutheran. I'm like, I don't even know what either difference is. One Bays, the other one's name is Luther? I don't know. Lex Luthor. Oh boy, I'm dumb. Anyway, and Doki Doki means heartthrob. Doki Doki. Oh, I did say that. I was like, what? My brain ain't attached. But that's okay, we're here to vibe. I had a couch, but I got rid of it. For my kitten. It's got Jesus's number. Wait, what would Jesus's number be? You know how like on the phones where they're like 919 blah blah blah, like area code stuff, and it actually like they say it, like how do I, we have smartphones now, we have keyboards, but in the early days we had to painfully go past 2 to 4 was it 2 to 4 or 3 to 4 numbers and letters to get to the letter we wanted to text, and then keep cycling. It never dawned on me as a kid that when they're like, do area code number, McRibs, right? That you're supposed to look at your phone, find the M, and be like, oh, so that must mean 7, beep, and like, oh, this is an A, that must be 1, beep, right? It never dawned on me. I never understood. I'm like, how am I supposed to call you? I can't text you. Texting doesn't exist yet. Texting doesn't exist yet. How am I supposed to reach this number? I'm like, I'm too young, but I question your business model. Dumb kid doesn't know adult stuff. Man, it's a weird day to realize telemarketing and, what is it, the shopping channel. Oh my gosh. South Park made a very good episode about the shopping channel and how deceptive and con-like they are. They prey on the old people's dementia, you evil pieces of poop. Literally. Their revenue comes in when Social Security checks for the elderly come in. Wait, what? Ah! Joe Fana, thank you for, was that subscribe? What'd you just do? Eh? For context, alerts don't work because Streamlabs did a whoopsie. How'd you do that? What? That's the first time I've seen an alert in a long time. Oh, thank you for whatever you did. I'm sorry I don't have desktop or it would make a noise and it'd blow out your ears because I had to mess with everything and I don't know how loud it is. I literally can't test my widget. It's broken. My computer guy took a crack at it. I took a crack at it. We uninstalled, reinstalled, old, new. They did something really dumb. And I don't know. Alerts are a big part of streaming. And especially the point store. I want my point store to be functioning again. I miss it. Oh, I was subscribing. Thank you, Joe. Is it Joe A or Joe? Anyway, that was a pleasant surprise. Every now and then one sneaks through. Like, even on, like, my mini feed, it doesn't show up. That's how broken Streamlabs is. It won't even show up on my mini feed. It shows up in the chat. Thank goodness, or I wouldn't have noticed it unless it, like, also popped behind me, which it did, so I noticed that too. It's supposed to be above my fat head, so let me drag that. In case it happens again, now it'll be over my face. Yay! Like it's always supposed to. God's number is 444. Wait, no, G-O-D. A, B, C, D, E. I'm not gonna count. Wait, now you got me curious, because, right, like I said, it's supposed to be name, no, not name, letter equals number, so... Shit, how do I even begin to ask Google what this is? How to... Okay, this is gonna be a weird thing to type. How to dial God in Numbers? What? No, number. Maybe God was a bad example. Oh! What? Eh? What is this? What is this? Dial gov? No, I don't want to dial the government. What? It gave me a government number. I said God. Oh, I spelled gold. I'm sorry, it's not gold. It's God. I spelled it backwards. Oh no. God. How to dial God? Did I spell dial wrong? How do I spell dial? What? Gods in number rubrics cube. What the hell is that? I don't know. Why? There's a YouTube video. God's phone number. Give me God's phone number. It's a picture of a beach. Wait, what? This is a really weird... It's a ministry YouTube channel. Oh, no. What? Oh my god, a real God number? Wait, is this an actual number? Where's the number? What? It's just some man talking to me. Huh? I don't see no number. They must have took it off. I can't blame them for taking it off. Oh wait, calling God's number, 777. What? It's not 444, it's 777. That's better than 666 and 333. Oh man, what kind of rabbit hole are we going down? This is weird. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the 3 a.m. challenge videos. Celestia! Celeste! Oh, sister, how you doing? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry if I was loud. How is baby? He's probably not baby anymore. How is toddler? How is growing up boy? I hope he's doing well. Aww. I'm so glad I checked. Oh man, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm just looking from here to there to here to there. Impromptu stream and whatnot. Is it weird that I'm a hovering cat, or should I get the couch out? It's weird to have the couch hover with you. Let me see. Also being in a bed. I'll get the couch. Brown couch? I'm not gonna say the joke about the brown couch. Who pooped on the couch? I put it on the wrong layer. Oh no. Throw that one away. Give me a new one. Give couch. This one's brown couch. Put it behind by -1. Pin? You know what? We'll pin it with my model. That just seems... Oh my god. Just it right there. How do I move me now? Can I lock it? Guys, I am the omnipotent floating couch cat. Who has not done this before? Come on, this is gold. I'm a couch cat. Ooh. Oh man, I've lost my mind. He's good? Yay! But yelling at me because he doesn't want to go to bed. Aw, sweet baby. Naps are important, little one. You will treasure them when you're older, I promise you. They're like little wishes. Keep them in your pocket. You'll want them for later. Oh, Dreamy, do you need to go out? Hold on, Dreamy needs to go out room. Do you want me? Yeah? Wait, how'd you get out of your sweater? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. There you go. Go say hi. Yeah? Go potty. She's a good girl. She got out of her sweater. I just turned around and my dog is naked. She had an arm out of the sweater and I was like, all right, can I help you with it? Because she doesn't want the sweater off. She is a oddly Bashan dog. Oh, the couch is linked to my head movement. bring... Imagine playing Mario Kart with this. I only have Mario Kart on the Wii. The Wii U specifically. I also had it on the Wii, but who uses the Wii anymore? People have emulators like it's nothing, and I'm like, look, I know emulating is considered wrong, but how do I do? What do I buy? Where do I go? Emulating is like a Vocaloid software to me. I think it's magic, and every time I ask for, like, how do I get it? What does it do? What is it like? People never give me an answer, and I'm just like, please tell me your magic. Please, I already bought it originally, so can't I have it piratedly? That's not how it makes sense, but that's how it should go. 18-month-old? Aww. Oh, they grow up so fast. Aww. Dreamy's gonna turn 3 on the 22nd of this month. I want them to stay little forever. Oh boy. I know, right? They're shutting down the eShop. I heard about that. I don't understand what happens to Nintendo. Hey, raise your hand if you remember when they released games and they weren't broken. I don't have a hand. What do I raise? Can I raise an eyebrow? I can't raise an individual eyebrow. I can wink. That was not a wink. Alright, let's get rid of the couch. It's giving me vertigo. Alright, let's stabilize myself. I did put a lot of tracking on it. But yeah, like, video games, why do they make them? Like, okay, we like a game that can always improve, and it's not just stuck being unable to be played, right? But people used to have to test and play the games enough so that they knew it wouldn't break to begin with. Thus, it was already more of a quality game than what we got. But on the offhand, you know, with like Splatoon, they kept doing like, you know, little updates for freezies when they could have done all that for DLC, like new stages, new weapons, right? New abilities, new stages, new, I don't know, Splatfest, so like events, and all that could be like kind of a pay-to-win thing, but it wouldn't make sense on a Nintendo standard. Imagine if Link... Imagine if you had to pay to play as Zelda in The Legend of Zelda, or you just get Link. That'd be... I think the beginning of the end of the microtransactions was the Star Wars game. Battlefields? I don't remember. I don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox, so those worlds are lost to me, right? Like, a bunch of YouTubers were paid to do, like, promotional content, and then the whole controversy once the game came out, it was unplayable and microtransaction all the way. So people were like, well, I just bought a $60 game and it has nothing to play. And I'm like, how do people get away with that? And companies can get away with that, and it's not fraudulent because they're like, well, we gave you a Star Wars game. We never said it had to be playable or that it had these functions, right? It's just, why don't they make games that work when you buy them immediately? Like, if you don't have confidence in your team or your game that you can't understand or expect releasing a game without giving it prior updates because you know it's going to be buggy, that just makes me scared. It's like, I feel for the programmers, because I don't believe people that have to do that much work for that high of a price and that high of a skill would just laze it. And if they are, that is like a lot of work to sit on your hands that are talented. Some people want that, like, you know, being a doctor is the whole shtick, where it's like, it's a high-paying job, it'll never go away, people are always sick, right? It's the same thing like with mortuaries. It's the demand, like food, it'll always be there. what was I getting into? I lost my point. I talked about a mortuary and thought of Gordon Ramsay, and I went, what am I doing? The Gordon Ramsay one was referring to food because he said, well, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, I'm like, well, what is something that people will always need and it will never go out of fashion? Or will, like, you know, it can't be replaced. And he's like, well, food. You need food. That or you're sick or you're dead. So that's 3 things. So he went, food. Thank goodness. Can you imagine? Gordon Ramsay would not exist and he's just a doctor. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. But he'd yell at his patients, maybe. That would be malpractice. That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting thought. Oh, Belgique, here. You can... Hey, Stefan! Stefan? Asuna. Yeah, that's a little chibi asana, isn't it? I think it is. Stefan, how you doing, hun? I haven't seen you in a while. Well, I haven't been around in a while, too, so that's part of the problem. Anyway. No PlayStation. PlayStation 2 was my childhood. Ooh, so I have weird PlayStation memories that are kind of nightmare fueled because I was never really understanding what a controller was. Hi, Rin! How you doing, kitten? Oh boy. So I have these weird memories of PlayStation 2 because I had 3 games. One was Crash Bandicoot, which always scared me. Like, when I was a kid, I used to get so absorbed into the game. Not like I'd lose my perception of, like, you know, being zoned in, like, Mom, don't bother me, I'm playing a video game. It was like, I'm somehow sensory overload, and, like, the game is way too real to me. And, because, like, childhood brain, it's like, imaginary things are way more real than you could fake it as an adult. So everything Crash Bandicoot scared me. Then there was this other game that I wonder what it is called. How do I even describe it? I've never been able to get far in it because it was like so futuristic but scary. And it's like supposed to be like an E for everyone game, but it scared me so bad because I was afraid of, like, anytime my character would take damage or like an enemy would like show up or attack my character, it felt like I was physically being attacked IRL and it scared me. Everything was a horror game. The only PlayStation game that well, actually 2 of them. The only 2 games I had for the PlayStation 2, which my mom, I don't know where she got it. I never asked for it. I was like 7, 6. I was tiny. I don't know where it came from. She's like, here you go, before the Wii. It was a Mickey Mouse cooking, like, click and drag, but it actually let you, like, have multiple possibilities, which kind of blew my mind because I didn't understand how things worked, and I was like, oh, I can actually be creative. Like, it felt like Minecraft, like, limitless possibilities. Or by the time I, you know, got bored of it, I wouldn't realize that you can copy 2 recipes and make 2 things. That and the Muppets game, which also kind of scared me. I think the Mickey Mouse cooking game was like 2D and the rest had 3D aspects, which terrified me. So I must have been scared of 3D things. I just couldn't comprehend it. It was terrifying. My mom used to say, like, for bath time toys, I couldn't have anything electronic. Well, that sounds, well, duh, you shouldn't have anything electronic when you're in the bath. But, like, hear me out. Like, with mermaid Barbies, the tail would move. Like, I guess it must have had some kind of oh. What? How did they do that? There are bath toys that are battery operated that you put in the water with your kid and they don't electrocute them. That doesn't even sound remotely possible, but that was a thing. Cause there was like mermaid Barbies tails that, like, once they hit the water, they knew they were in water, and so they would start moving, and that freaked me out as a kid, apparently. And my mom's like, okay, well, can't have those in the bathtub, I guess. Oh, man. Childhood. We feared the oddest things and then remember them and go, what happened? Oh, man. Super terrified of Super Mario? Oh, boy. Is it because it was 3D? Because, like, I wasn't acquainted with, like, Mario games before. Because, like, the first Mario games were, like, just scrollers, right? It's the same thing, different levels, bounce, bounce, run, run, that kind of thing. I never understood it. I was always fascinated by my best friend's little brother who had the older consoles like NES or like GameCube, and I thought those things were like expensive, like super expensive. And so I'd never seen those games in my life. And so I'd be watching him play like Zelda and like Mario, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Forbidden game? What? I don't know, it kind of creeped me out. It's like anytime something gets like a 3D aspect, it starts like hurting my brain. It's like cursed territory, because like everything couldn't be HD back then. It just wasn't capable. Everything was very polygoned. And that's what made it nightmare fuel. Oh boy. Mario wasn't 3D. Yeah, it was a scroller. Okay, yeah, and then they made like Mario Odyssey and Mario Galaxy was the first time. Yeah, I remember my cousins getting Mario Galaxy. Because we would go over to their house a lot, and they had a Wii, and they would always have like all the games and stuff, and I was just like, what? It always felt weird. Like, they were richer than us, but as a kid, I didn't have like that understanding that they were richer than us. I was just like, you have future tech, what happened? Oh man. But watching my cousins play Mario Odyssey, they would sometimes let me have like the second controller to get the stars, and that was intimidating. For some reason, I treated everything like it was a job. I didn't want to make anybody disappointed or upset, and so when you told me to do something, I did it to the highest capability I was emotionally capable of doing. Like anytime I would miss one, I thought my cousin would yell at me, but they never do. They're just like, "All right, next level," and I'm like, "But I missed a star. I missed one of those, like, weird star thingies. I didn't get it." And they're like, "It doesn't matter. It's fine." And I'm like, ah. Ah, the innocence of being a child. I know what you mean. Oh, man, yeah. Ah. It's just so many gaming memories. Too many to talk about, to reminisce about. It's like I'm physically reliving those memories, like, technologically, and I'm like, whoa. The day I discovered that, like, Super Smash had, like, you can make your own level, like, my best friend's family, so it was my best friend, her, and her two younger brothers. They would come over and we'd have, like, pizza parties and play the Wii for hours on end, and it was so fun. And they eventually, they were a little bit poor. That's why I never understood how they got a GameCube, because I'm like, isn't that Japanese exclusive? And no, I was thinking of a different console, because I didn't have understanding of what consoles were. I'm like, once the Wii got introduced, it was like, everybody has a Wii. The Wii has lasted so long that the last game I heard they made, or, well, not made, maybe they translated it? What is it called? Pirated? Not pirated. Ported. That's the word. They just make up terms, I swear. They ported to the Wii was in like 2016 or 18. I can't remember. But yeah, that was supposedly the end of the Wii, but people still play it. People will still buy it. People keep buying it and playing it on like YouTube and all that because it's like free. You go on like Craigslist or like Facebook Marketplace, you get one for $15 and a handful of games. You can't even get a DSi with that luxury. They're like, the game is worth more than the console at this point. Ah, that just made me remember something. Okay, I have a fun story for you. Going back to my cousins. They were richer than us, and we weren't... I was kind of like the ugly duckling. I wasn't ugly, I was just kind of left out, but I didn't realize it because my mom did an amazing job at covering up where clearly there were shortcomings. And even to this day, I try to remember like all my time with like my cousins for like holidays and birthdays, and I'm like, I can't find any hole, but I know there are holes in their care and love and attention that they did not give me specifically. And the day I finally realized that as like a younger kid was when the DSi came out. My grandma bought everyone. So 4 kids, brand new DSis, fresh off the market, hot new toy for Christmas. And not me. And you want to know what also kind of, like, I could understand if they're like, well, she's the youngest. I mean, I'm only 2 months younger than my, like, youngest cousin that got a DSi. Like, we could read. She didn't get me a DSi. And I could understand, like, 5 is too many, but, like, 4, it's like, really? I got left out on purpose. Anyways, fast forward a few more Christmases. I have only one cousin that's younger than me. So she would have probably been like 8. Like, I don't know. What's the reading age? 7? Fast forward to Christmas at one of my other aunt's house. I don't know if it was my aunt, so it was her daughter, or if it was my grandma again. But she got her a DSi, and I remember she wanted a DSi, but she was way too young. I don't even think she was, like, she was brought to, like, those parties yet, because she was too young. So that's like a giant middle finger. What the heck, Grandma? And, like, Grandma tried. She didn't exclude me out of malice or anything. Like, she actively sought me out so that I would like her. Even though bad relations with my mom. I swear, that lady. I swear. It's like, I could forgive the DSi, but not the stories I've pieced together about my mother's childhood. Not happening. Not happening. Everything I thought happened in our family was a reverse Uno card. I'm like, well, nobody tells me, and I think it's important. Yes, you shouldn't have to tell kids certain sensitive information, but I'm like, I'm 13, I'm 16, we don't even go there anymore. I literally had a meltdown and was like, I ain't coming back here, they don't even notice I'm here. Literally the nicest person at, like, the dinner for Christmas, the nicest person who actually went out of their way to, like, socialize with me was an adoptive temporary cousin. And I say that very loosely because I don't know what happened to them. They weren't officially adopted. They were a foster kid that got maybe officially adopted. Then some things happened and he might not be part of the family. I have no idea. But this random stranger of a kid was like actually communicated with me. And I was, like, literally, like, afraid of them because I couldn't understand how the attention was so different. I'm like, I thought being ignored was normal. And now you're, like, talking to me like I'm a person. And I'm like, what? How does this work? It wasn't that bad. I'm making it sound like they were, like, out of their way being nasty to me. No, I was dumb. The only times I can think that they were ever, like, inherently, like, grudgy towards me, not grudgy towards me, like, this is the only thing I can think of. My uncle, I never learned, because I'm an only child, I never learned about, like, don't put your elbows on the table. Because I've never been told that rule. Like, I know how not to be rude, and I was never a rude kid. I was probably the most polite, because I was afraid of any bad things happening, so I made sure that everything I did was right. Anything less was unacceptable in a danger zone. So, we're at the Christmas dinner table, and I already don't eat the food, which I feel horrible about because I know it's, like, considered. I've never been told it's rude to, like, say no to food, but, like, I had super bad allergies, and I already wasn't eating much as is, and they knew that, so they respected it, thankfully. I think my allergies saved me, because, man, even different brand mashed potatoes was terrifying to me. Anyway, so it's like Christmas dinner, and I'm like sitting in the middle of the table, and it's like this big dining room table, and it's the whole familia, and I must have put my elbow on the table. I wasn't leaning against my elbow or anything, like doing the whole like annoying kid thing, but I must have put it on there, and I was eating, like, you know, anchoring my elbow on the table, picking up fork, like, you know, I'm an innocent little baby. I don't know what I'm doing. And apparently my uncle saw that enough times. And with no malice, this is what made it worse, is that he never hinted with his face that this was a self-correcting lesson to be learned. Because he just kept stabbing me, jabbing me in the elbow with a fork. And I was like, clearly that is a like worldwide symbol of you need to figure out what you're doing wrong. But I couldn't find the answer. So I tried my hardest and I fought through my brain. I'm like, okay, we're thinking about everything. What am I possibly doing wrong? I'm not eating my food. That can be the only thing I'm doing wrong. But they know I don't eat the food because I'm allergic to so many things and I'm scared and I have like, I could throw up at any moment kind of a deal. So I'm like, that can't be it because this is not the first Christmas, right? They know. They know. So I gradually edged off of the fear and went, after looking at this man with like, looking at him with like the eyes of a child, like, what did I do wrong? I'm sorry. And he just was like nonchalant, like that whole thing was not an issue, and just ate his food back again. And I'd be like, okay, maybe teasing? I didn't even think it was teasing back then, but now as like an adult, I'm like, maybe it was teasing. I don't know. And he would do it again after I tried to go back to like picking at the food. He did that 3 times to the point where I was so nervous and upset, I had to excuse myself from the table and ask to go to the bathroom. And I didn't go to the bathroom in any strange places. I was that kind of kid. I was so sensitive. And it was years later that I remembered that story, retelling it to my mom, that I was like, oh, he was probably telling me not to put my elbows on the table. Still to this day, nobody has ever told me that out loud to my face, that is social conduct. Don't put your elbows on the table, it's rude. What? What? My mom doesn't know the difference between a beaver and a muskrat. What? I'm teaching my mom animals. I think I feel the disconnect in the family. Right? Like, I've heard so many more nastier stories from so many of my friends and their families. It's just, that's the part of my extended family that boggles me. When words should not have led to that amount of failure, they decided to just let it happen. Like, instead of telling the kid, hey, your elbows are on the table, that's considered rude, don't have your elbows on the table. And I'd go, okay. But I'd listen, because adults know more than me, and I respected authority, and that's how I survived. I listened to my mom, I listened to my parents, I listened to my family, that's how I survived, right? I wouldn't have questioned. There would have been no sass or nothing. They just never said it. Never said it. Don't put your elbows on the table. Don't put your elbows on the table. I'm like, how many years was he silently judging me in the times I wasn't at the dinner? Like, this is probably the first and last time I remember being at the dinner table. Outside of it, I just wandered. I was never invited to the dinner table because I didn't eat, and so it'd be rude to take up a spot. That was just the silent consensus. It made sense to me. It was never said out loud. That kind of like silent understanding makes sense. But not like assuming a kid understands certain manner conduct at the age of child. I mean, they could have done worse things. They could have done worse things, right? The whole soap thing was traumatizing to watch. You know, where you, like, if a kid speaks bad, they'd put soap in their mouth, which is now considered poisoning your child and abuse. So, take that, uncle. That never happened to me, but I think there must have been one time, either I was having, like, this was a group punishment thing, not where I had to have soap, but whoever was being punished, everybody had to watch. Kind of a thing. And that sounds worse than it was. It really wasn't that big of a deal. It was an inconvenience to them and a trauma for me. I wonder, my uncle could never get me to eat a grape. That's how, like, dead set. Like, if I said no, the answer was no. You couldn't force a child, or then you're clearly in a wrong for something, right? You could not get me to do literally anything that I didn't want to do. It just was not a feasible outcome. It was, like, no disrespect. It was out of protecting me, because I'm a sensitive baby. I had, like, so many issues. I was, like, cyclic vomiting. I was on, like, 25 vitamins. Like, you know your kid is missing some part of their childhood when they give away their Halloween candy because they're afraid to eat it most of the time. It's like a parent tax. You just give the candy to your parents. You're like, here you go. I did all the work. It was fun. But yeah, I swear he must have. I must have. Maybe it was I didn't want to brush my teeth because I had a lot of teeth anxiety. Like, I had to get a lot of my baby teeth pulled in one go because I kept them in my head. I kept them in my head, and, yeah. I wonder, he must have, right? Because he couldn't force it, or that would be clearly, like, you stepping a line. That's like hitting somebody else's kid, kind of a territory. Like, you did not have the authority, and now I'm calling the police. It was never that bad, but that's how bad I think it was. Also, hi Vegeta, we're talking about something really, like, deep and emotional, I'm sorry. I just saw you, hi. You're not really late. This is a sporadic stream. But yeah. Best part of becoming a parent? Oh my gosh, candy. Man, that would scare me though. I can't imagine being a new parent. I would never trust anybody with any aspect of my kid. Right? Because you hear about the horror stories with Halloween, and I'm like, I never understood why parents check their kids' candy for any tampering. I didn't understand that. Like, it was my friend's parents that did that after I trick-or-treated with them a couple of years, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, in case, like, a wrapper's off, and silent rule of, like, that's unsanitary, don't. If it doesn't have a wrapper on it, don't. You can't have it, right? But then it didn't dawn on me till way later, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have had hot dogs from those people from that church. Literally, there's just a bunch, like, they were at this, like, weird intersection where it curved and it was, like, a straight shot into nowhere kind of land, but it was, like, a rich neighborhood and near the school, so it's not really a danger zone. And they just were doing a barbecue kind of a thing, and they had, I don't know, for, like, trick-or-treaters got hot dogs and chips, and man, it's like a wonderful place my childhood, because things that were accepted before would never be accepted now, like giving childs hot dogs. I mean, it was a family gathering, but it was weird. They must have not gotten trick-or-treaters. I didn't even like hot dogs, so I'm like, they must have been weirded out by that. Like, a kid that doesn't want a free hot dog? That's weird. I'm like, no. Something feels wrong about this. But it mainly has to do with allergies first. That's weird. Imagine getting like a whole head of cabbage for Halloween. Oh, man. Z, how you doing, Z? Also, Sonny, welcome to the stream. And Residential, welcome to the stream. Hi, I'm sorry for saying hi late. I get on a story tangent and I zoom. It's all fine. Good. Razor blades in the apple kind of horror story. Yeah. Oh boy. People. I will never give people the benefit of the doubt to do some horrible stuff. It's like, I'm almost impressed that you managed to come up with something so awful kind of a thing. What? What? On an unrelated Halloween story, another story I have from my cousins, I don't know why, but that must have been 2 visits. So they had 3 cats, or no, they had 2 cats, and then they had 2 litters at the same time, so they must have gotten pregnant with a neighbor's cat. They were both female cats. It was Tilly, and I don't think her name was Shadow. I remember Tilly. One was a black cat and the other one was a gray tabby. And they had babies at the same time. And for some reason we were visiting, maybe we were babysitting, I have no idea. And that was the first time I've ever seen a birth, and I think I blocked that out in my childhood because I didn't understand. We got at the tail end. Like, this was, like, we came for a different reason, and I walked into kitten birth. Anyways, it must have been the second visit because they were still babies. Like, the kittens were still babies. Oh my god, I just remembered another thing about the kittens. Okay. So, the mama cats, you know, they find their safe space. They either have, like, a cardboard box, or they'd find, like, a place under the sofa, and they'd put all their babies there, right? And because these mother cats had babies at the same time, their litters kind of intermingled, so I can say for sure one kitten thought she had the other kitten's babies, and treated one of her own kittens like it was, like, a stranger, and that was Big Red. Anyways, I spent the night, and I'm sleeping on the floor, which is already a struggle, and I'm having to listen to the Wiggles. My cousin had music playing all night long, and it was the Wiggles, like the hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, 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 that all night long. Their night traditions were weird, and I couldn't understand them till I was older. Anyways, I went to sleep on the floor, because I don't share beds. I don't understand how that would have even worked. I'm like, no. So I'm just on the floor with a blanket and a pillow. And I wake up, and there is every kitten on me. And I mean, like, the little itty bitty kitties. Like, they must have been only a week old. Like, no eyes or nothing. They're like little wiggle worms. And I'm terrified of animals at this, like, I'm a kid. Dogs scared me. Cats scared me. I was scared of animals. I didn't understand how animals functioned, and I respected them and left them alone. So to wake up with, like, 24 little kittens all over my body, on my head, on my chest, on my legs, I could not move. I couldn't even begin to think of even touching these little kittens, because I thought the kittens could hurt me. And then there's Mom. Where's the mom cat? What happened? I went to sleep and now I have every cat, like, kitten on me. like little itty bitty worms. So apparently that must have been little Blackie, I think. Darky? Shadow? What was her name? I remember Tilly, but I can't remember her name. She was an all black, like, Selena cat from, like, The Witch, just typical black cat. Very, very cute. She was all business, man, that cat. I guess she slept in my not my neighbor's, in my, cousin's room. They were outdoor cats. But Tilly was more friendly and loved people and would be in more. And then Shadow would be outside. Yeah, Shadow would be outside. So it was weird to me that it was Shadow that brought every kitten. Because Shadow, literally, this freaking mother cat, literally, as I'm petrified on the floor, like, I can't ask for help because the silent rule at their house was, you can't get up till it's past 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, no matter the day. And then you have to make yourself breakfast, which I couldn't do either of those two things. So I was just like, I felt like I was always punished. Because I'm like, I can't move because the law dictates I'm stuck. Like, I didn't even know if I was allowed to go to the bathroom, kind of like you can't leave your room till like 8 or 9 kind of a thing. Anyway, so Shadow, like, stretches, is on her bed and just peers over me because I'm like at the head of her, like, butt of her bed, and I have all these kittens all over me, and she's just looking. And this cat never sits still, and she's just looking at me. And I'm terrified. And it dawned on me later that I think she made me babysit her kittens because I was warm and she wanted to break. But I felt like that was a spite thing because she was all business. That is like the most traumatizing thing, was waking up with every kitten on me. I do not remember how or when I was saved, but I just remember for 2 hours I was stuck on the floor with kittens all over me. Cats sleeping are terrifying because they stretch. Well, it wasn't even that scared me. It was just like, because I knew they were, like, my cousins instilled in me, because like I said, they would, the mama cats would move their babies and they intermingled their mix. They didn't know whose babies were whose, so they just kind of like grouped all of them together. The mamas did, not the people. That they did that of their own mother volition. They had one recliner, like a rocking recliner, and apparently Shadow was notorious because she was outdoors. She doesn't like being indoors. She would move, like, the kittens in very dangerous places, and they had warned me once verbally that don't sit on the rocking recliner because she likes to hide her babies sometimes under it. And I'd forgotten that rule very innocently. Like, I do no wrong. I live with fear. I do no wrong. So when I make an honest mistake, it is an honest mistake. And so I sat on the recliner and I had everybody scream at me. And it was scary. That's probably why I didn't move. That was their fault then. These butts. I think it was their fault. Because they had instilled in me, like I told you, tell the kid what they need to know. So they don't have to try to figure it out and be traumatized about it later. Like jabbing them with a fork and not telling them elbows on the table, rude. Dang it, that was their fault. So I felt like I couldn't touch the babies in any way because I already did one wrong, which was I sat on a thing I wasn't supposed to sit because the babies could have been under it. I can't remember if they were under it, but I always treated it like they were because it scared me so bad. Okay, so I have one more story. I'm getting pretty tired, and it's a bad story to leave off of, but it's the cats again. You ever remember something bad from your childhood and go, what the H? What? Like, every child does one really creepy, stupid thing in their life that makes you wonder if they're a psychopath. but then that might be their only one and they never do that stuff again and they know better, right? Children can do the most horrific things of innocence the first time. So I know nothing about animals, and during this whole like baby kitten thing, I've already had it instilled in me that these things are fragile, that they're important, that they need to be safe. And then what do my cousins do? It was the boys. And I hope to God that this was a nightmare and what I'm about to tell you is a lie, because I witnessed it as a child and I did not dream, I did not hallucinate, I did not make up stuff. I remember so many things from my childhood vividly, picture for picture, that my mom goes, "Can you please not remember that?" My cousins, who are all older than me by at least 2 years or 3, after instilling all that fear that these little baby kittens are fragile and innocent and pure and need to be like tendered, loved, and cared for gently, they have a basement. And in whatever messed up kid world, decided that this made up game that they just made on the spot was appropriate. And I can only describe it as what it was. Let's toss the kittens down the stairs. Don't worry, I'll have a pillow. I knew nothing about animals, and I had already been scared by these kittens. I had every right to distance myself from these kittens, and yet I knew, as the youngest freaking child of this bunch, watching these kids throw kittens down the stairs, like yeet them down the stairs. I knew that was wrong and it was horrific. But me being the dumb, weird little kid, even when I spoke up and said, "What are you doing?" they went, "It's fine." I'm gonna cry. And they're not bad people. It's so horrible. I've always had like this falsity in my head that, you know, the reason why the kittens I couldn't see them after a certain point was because, you know, they had to get new homes and stuff. But I have always weirdly thought in my head that some of them died, and I knew that was because of the stairs. Big Red was probably the only one that lived. I'm sorry, I should have told that. And that's what really hurts, is because it's like one big honest mistake. There was no adults at that time in the house. It was just the kids. And they never did anything horrible like that ever again. I don't know if my cousins knew. I don't even know if they remember. I don't know if anybody told the adults. I hope to God sad that what I'm saying is not real. Those kittens didn't deserve that. That would explain why I was so sensitive. I went to like a farm day camp and they had like farm kittens, but they would do a day camp and all these kids were like of the age of 5 to like 11 and I'm the oldest, so I was like a helper. And these kids, they, you know, they're still learning gentle, right? They're at farm day camp to learn, you know, how to take care of plants and animals, right? I just didn't like the way that they would chase after the kittens, and these kittens were way older. They could run away from, like, little kids and, you know, tell a kid that they didn't like what they were doing, but I just didn't like the way that, you know, the kids would, like, manhandle them or treat them like they weren't living creatures, and it literally made me cry. And now that I'm telling this story, I'm like, no wonder it made me cry. It's because I had so much more respect and probably trauma. And I'm like, how have you not learned the lesson I have? It's like, Jesus Christ, man. It's so sad that they're the best people in our family and they tossed kittens down the stairs. It's horrible. Just, I guess if you're gonna take anything from this, for the love of God, say what the heck you mean. Tell kids. Tell kids even if you think they know what the heck you're doing. What the heck you're trying to teach them. Like, you don't put a marker in your mouth because it tastes bad, it'll poison you, and A, B, C, D, you can choke, all that jazz. Because you never know what a kid does and doesn't know. It sucks. I need to go hug my dog. Anyway. I'm sorry. I said such a horrible story, but like I said, I hope to God that's not real, and it was just... it must have happened after the whole, I woke up with kittens on me, because I swear they were the same size. Anyway. Sorry about that. Man, I feel like I need a therapist. Anyway. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say other than that. I don't know how to end on a high note these days. God. Yeah, I think I gotta go talk to my mom after that. Because sometimes she can remember things that I don't. Because she was supposed to maybe be babysitting. I don't know. Maybe they were babysitting me. I don't know. Well, at least I know I didn't fail Dreamy like that. My God. I treated Dreamy with more respect than they had common sense with those kittens. She's gonna be 3. Oh my God, she's old. I've been saying for a year straight, she's older than me in dog years, because, like, 2 is, like, 21, and I'm 22. So I don't even know what 3 is. Is that 30, 31? I'm not ready to let her go. I'm gonna make myself cry more. Okay. I don't have really a good note to leave that on. I need to go hug my dog and my mom. Sorry to end on a crying note. Nah. they're not bad people, like I said. One of my cousins, I found out actually, she is transgender, which explains a lot. I learned a lot about what she had to go through. She was born a boy, and now she's a girl, and she was the oldest. And it makes a lot of sense, a lot of stuff that, you know, echo chambered through her. My family literally had to go behind the extended family's backs to, like, give her support for not... we didn't know she was transgender yet. This is only recent news, because we're not in touch with the family. But it made sense, because she used to not understand why I liked anime, you know, like Chinese cartoons. And then, you know, she kind of insulted it in a weird, offhanded way. Now that I think about it, she didn't insult it, but she clearly was like, I don't understand this thing. You're weird. And then she showed up at the convention. I'm like, you do not get to say horrible things about the thing I like and then come into my safe space. But it makes sense, because there's a lot of people in, like, anime communities that are in the LGBTQ plus community, and yeah, that was probably her first and only chance at self-expression. She dressed up like a furry. It was so jarring. I'm like, I don't know how to, like, one day you were this, and now you're so different. That was you before she transitioned. But anyway. I can at least say that my family is not going to end up crap, because all of us kids have nothing in common and we have all already moved on. We don't have to force ourselves to be next to each other, and it's awesome. Oh man. Anyway. Yeah. Alright, well, I left it on some kind of a note. I don't know what that was, but there you go. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna fly off into my world. Alright. Thank you guys for spending time with me. Sorry I said something sad. Bye. It cut off before I left the screen. My end music died. I don't know what happened to it.